So I wanted to do something more meaningful with my memory. Not more meaningful, but more meaningful to me. And I memorized everybody who died in the war in Afghanistan from the United States in the order of their death. Imagine you were at the Vietnam Wall and you were looking at the Vietnam Wall and somebody is writing out the Vietnam Wall from memory. That's what I do, except I do it for Afghanistan. I was writing, I turned and there was a guy right there and he pointed to a name and he said he was a lieutenant. And I looked at the name, Cody Childers, and I'm like, no, man, he was a Lance Corporal. And he pointed to the name again. He said, he was a lieutenant. And I said, I'm certain he was a Lance Corporal. And I'm just happy, happy guy. I get my book. I opened up the book with all the names. I say, no, man, look, he was a lieutenant. And he goes, and this was the first time I looked at him in his eyes. And we locked eyes. And his eyes were bloodshot red with tears. He said, no, I was his lieutenant. And I was like, oh, my God. It just hit me what he was saying. He was pointing to a Lance Corporal, a man who died under his command. And he just stood there. We both stood there in silence, and he was crying. And he said, I'm going to go call his mom. And he just walked away, and I never saw him again. But stories like that happen every time, and I have so many stories like that. This experience has made me a better person.